Hello and welcome to Long Island Weather Update on this last day of April. I believe it is the last day of April, April 30th. And we'll go over the monthly statistics tomorrow, but tonight we're watching some showers and thunderstorms. You can see we did have, today was kind of unusual. We had the backdoor front, but there were some breaks of sun that did wind up breaking out. You'll see here, I'm going to go back on this old satellite image, and you can see some breaks of sun, and then sun came in and out. And the temperature and the wind direction changed too, so it almost felt like the front was kind of waffling back and forth over us a little bit. Looking at the CONUS view, you can see here is one system, and the next system, which is producing some more severe weather in the Midwest again. But let's take a look at the radar a little closer to home right now, because we do have some showers and thunderstorms that are on our doorstep right now, including, all right, so there's one that is up in Bergen County, it looks like, moving into Westchester. And this whole area here is slowly moving off to the east, this whole general area. So we may pick up a shower or maybe even a thunderstorm. There is some lightning with these. You see that there is some lightning. Not a tremendous amount. These aren't severe storms. But there is definitely some heavy rain out there. Looking at this radar again, you can see here's the other radar. We can show you again. See that heavy rain, and it is slowly inching toward us. We'll see if it holds together or not, but you know it is probably going to see a little bit of rain overnight, probably tonight, from this. And this is all due to this frontal boundary. We've got this little area of low pressure and a weak frontal boundary that's going to wash out over us tonight into tomorrow. So let's show you what the day was like today. We did have some breaks in the sky today, so we did have the breaks. There was some sun and some cirrus around. You can see there. This is at Bab, and it was a lot warmer in Mineola, and then I went to Babylon. It was a lot cooler, and then we had these fractocumulus clouds overhead with a pretty stiff east wind. And then when I got back west into Nassau County, the wind kind of dropped off and it felt warm again, and we had none of the fractocumulus clouds. So it was kind of this is what it looked like towards sunset. So kind of in and out of the clouds, so to speak. But there was, like I said, you could see how still the lake was at this point. This is Massapequa, not much of a breeze. This was around 6:45, not much of a breeze at all. So depending on where you were, the weather was kind of very changeable today. So let's take a look at our current conditions outside right now. And you'll see the temperatures have dropped now. We're down to the 50s now. So it looks like a backdoor front is coming back into the picture again. 51 at Farmingdale. And they've got a north wind at 13, gusting to 20. North wind at 13, gusting to 20. And if you look at the day at Farmingdale, you'll see that we did actually get into the 60s, actually mid-60s, when the sun came out with a southeast wind. And then when the wind went more northeast, the temperatures then dropped, and so did the dew points. So it was kind of interesting. And for a while there, certain sites where the South Shore was warmer because this backdoor front was coming in from the northeast and north. So kind of interesting. Let's take a look at the highs across the area today. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of variability here. So let's see. Across, look at that. Central Nassau, we got up to 70 degrees. That's because we had that sunshine out. Some of our Suffolk never really got into that sun, but we got into that sunshine in the afternoon. 70, so temperatures were around 70. 67 at Islip for a high, 66 at, not Islip, JFK, 67, 66 at Central Park, 63 at Islip. So you can see as you go further east, it gets cooler where they never even got into the sunshine. Temperatures only in the 50s in eastern Suffolk County. And then as we make our way west, you'll see temperatures start to rise. Let's see how warm it got in Jersey. All right, well, Toms River really didn't get all that warm there. They weren't really in the warm sector, still only in the low 70s. But as you go further off to the southwestern Jersey, like Atlantic City, Egg Harbor City, well, not so much Atlantic City, but Egg Harbor City, well into the 80s. So that's the other side of that front there. Looking at lows, probably nothing really remarkable here. Lows generally were in the 50s, so still probably above normal, averaging above normal for the day. And generally, again, those dew points, 52, so not all that. The air isn't all that dry, which is why we're seeing the fog and stuff like that. So you can see definitely the winds. You can definitely see the change in the weather that has happened. Let's look at JFK, for instance. That's not JFK. This is JFK. And take a look and see what happened here with the winds. So the winds were southeast. Oh, yeah. So when the winds were southeast, 61. And then when the winds went to the north-northeast, the temperatures have dropped into the low 50s, and so did the dew points. So you could see some sort of front passed. And I could feel it coming back from Massapequa. I actually took the bus from Massapequa to Hicksville. It was actually cooler in Hicksville. There's like a nice cool breeze there. So very interesting. Very, very interesting. So now that we looked at that, we can look at precipitation. Not really a whole lot of rainfall yet. The rain is going to be falling tonight. So let's go to our statistics for the day. And then we'll go over the monthlies tomorrow for April. So islip got up to 63, normal high 64. It's 1 degree below normal. However, the low 53 was 7 degrees above normal, putting us 3 degrees above normal for the day at islip. Not much precipitation, and it looks like we might be a little below normal for rainfall for April. We have a little bit of time to get some rain, but a couple more hours, and that's going to be it. Central Park, a high of 66 and a low of 55, 2 degrees above normal for the day. So, yeah, a lot of our climate sites a little bit below normal for precipitation. So we'll see if we get any, can squeeze any in the night, perhaps, with some showers or thunderstorms. So not terribly below normal, but now let's look at the back to the I closed weather. Oh, I still got it up here. Okay, so I'm going to just go up here and going to see that we've got some more severe weather in the Midwest again, just touching on this. Iowa, same areas, Iowa, Kansas. We got severe thunderstorm watches in effect. It's pretty strong wind gusts here, and a few of those tornado warnings. They are tornado warnings. We got a couple of active tornado warnings right now. One in, it looks like Oklahoma. Another one in Oklahoma. So you got two. Another one here along with a severe thunderstorm warning, and yet another tornado warning. And a severe thunderstorm warning in, it looks like, Iowa. So, yeah, a very active night across the Midwest. Definitely a little more activity than what they were showing. And we even had a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in Pennsylvania earlier for some storms. So, you know, you have that juiced up air, that's what's going to happen. Going back to our satellite here, and we can actually run this, and you'll get to see these storms kind of fire up here. We'll actually run it with the lightning. And you'll see the storms kind of just blow up, blossom up here. Look at that. It's just blossoming up. And you can see that there are some lightning strikes in our area, too. You can see that activity in Pennsylvania, but it's dying off as it reaches us. Definitely is dying off. So let's take a look at some radars here. We'll actually go and we'll look at the radars on these storms here for a moment. Again, this is the current radar for us, and it looks like that cell is now crossing over into Long Island Sound, western Long Island Sound, this cell right here, and then we have this larger area of heavy rain. So we'll see if we can get in on some of this rain tonight, and then you can see all this this arc of action here down from Minneapolis. Here are some of the severe storms here. Actually, that storm might be it might be in Missouri, actually just over the border, but you can see, and then more severe weather here down in Kansas. So we got a lot of action going on in the Midwest, for sure. But I mainly focus locally, but it is of note that we're seeing quite a bit of activity and a number of tornadoes. So looking at the Storm Prediction Center, you can see that risk, and let's see, we've had 7 reports of tornadoes so far, and 126 reports of hail. Looking at that, and going into the next convective outlook, which is tomorrow, yeah, it's pretty much the same deal, same area again, because nothing is moving in the atmosphere. You know, we look at the satellite image and we go to the CONUS view, the satellite image, you'll see that things are just kind of stuck, and this is because of the jet stream. Things are just kind of just sitting in place. This is kind of washing out over us. It's all because of that jet stream. So let's go Take a look now at the models, and again, this is what's going to shift slowly into our. This is you can see these fronts kind of just washing out over us. You can see things are just kind of stuck. This is day 2, maybe day 3. Maybe we can get that frontal boundary through, but it's just a mess right now. So let's go to the jet stream here, which I usually do in the Sundays, but I figured I'd just show you. There really isn't really. You can see that we've got, again, that ridging taking place, a very kind of dysfunctional looking jet stream here. Still got those 2 branches, too, as well. So let's go to the surface now. And going into tomorrow, you'll see you'll have those showers tonight. And then tomorrow should be mostly dry, as well as for Thursday and Friday as well. But the weekend, we're going to have to watch. The weekend could really be miserable. It could be a rainy Saturday evening right through at least part of Sunday. And then maybe we can build this high pressure in for next week. So it looks like kind of a gloomy weekend yet again. It's just ridiculous. We're all tired of it, but it looks like that's what's going to be happening again, unfortunately. And as we get closer, we'll have a little more information on that. Let's go to the HRRR now. 0Z HRRR. So we have this batch of showers. Almost like a little low pressure area there developing. And then tomorrow, dry conditions. Though it does show one lone shower popping up. Again, with that washed out front in the vicinity, you can always, there's always a slight chance of something happening. And then for Thursday, it looks like Thursday is going to be a drier day. I don't see any shower activity at all for Thursday showing up on the HRRR at all. Looking at soundings, probably going to still be plenty of clouds around. So we'll take an 18Z sounding. It's 2 o'clock across the western Suffolk County, and probably still going to show plenty of clouds. Well, it does show a little bit of a gap, so maybe we'll actually be able to get some sunshine in. Jersey also showing a little bit of a gap, so we might see a little bit of sun tomorrow. It won't be a gloomy day for sure. So I think Thursday might have better chance of that. So let's look at the dew points and wind flow here. You can see this backdoor front kind of just stays kind of washed out over us. Notice it gets a little more on the humid side tomorrow, and I see a little more of a westerly component to the wind to begin. So tomorrow probably will be a little warmer than today, and then the winds become southerly, southeasterly later on, and you can see that backdoor front kind of just that boundary kind of pushes back inland again. And then for Thursday, still kind of dealing with this washed out boundary here, but you see that there is definitely a front that comes through at some point during the middle of Thursday that may trigger something. You notice how the dew points are dropping from northwest to southeast there with that frontal boundary. But it is showing that wind direction looks like a warmer wind direction to me. So it probably will be on the warmer side tomorrow. So temperatures aren't going to drop much tonight. And then tomorrow, it is definitely warmer, according to the HRRR. We'll probably see some 70s. Across much of Long Island, probably mid-70s. On the North Shore, inland, South Shore, probably around 70, and then dropping later on in the afternoon. And similar for Jersey. Jersey could get close to 80 or maybe above 80, but then we'll see that drop in temperature from the east to the west develop with that onshore flow. And then it drops into the perhaps 40s on Long Island, probably only 50s for Jersey. And then for Thursday, we see a big sea breeze influence here. Suffolk County, the place to be, though it looks like it gets pushed back. So we actually start cooler, but then as that front kind of pushes through, it actually pushes the winds to a more inland direction, and that could get the temperatures back up into the 70s, if not 80 degrees, especially Jersey looks like. So definitely the next couple of days, looking warmer than they were originally looking, because this backdoor front looks like it's kind of getting pushed back a little bit by this disturbance that we have coming through tonight. The backdoor front that brought us the cooler weather today. At least that's what the HRRR thinks. Let me look at, of course, we don't just look at one model. Let's see if the GFS has the same idea here. It probably does. Yes, it does. It's Wednesday, Thursday, definitely getting into the 70s. So definitely. And then Friday, we see it turn a little cooler with that second boundary coming through. Looking at the dew point and wind flow. And then we're going to have to deal with this basically stalled out front and low pressure developing along it for Saturday night. You can see the stalled out front here, the easterly flow, the cooled air over the northeast, and then the warmer, humid air, tropical air, Ohio into the mid-Atlantic, and there's going to be a wave along it that's going to bring the rain. You can see the reflection of that wave right there looking at the dew points. Temperatures, again, we'll see that drop on Thursday, so expect a return to some summer-like weather, though it will cool down a little more on Friday, and then the weekend looks, unfortunately, kind of wet. And if we look at the amount of rain that could fall, total accumulated precip through the period, all right, we could see 1 to 2 inches of rain, perhaps, maybe even more, depending on where that heavy rain forms. So it could be a soaker for the weekend right now. Let's look at the skies next. So obviously, we'll still see plenty of clouds around, though. It looks like Wednesday, less clouds over Jersey, and then for Thursday, could be mostly sunny conditions, at least for some point of time, though they're probably going to be jet junk and high clouds in there, and then obviously plenty of clouds more for Friday, and the weekend we'll be stuck in those clouds for a while, and then maybe Monday we can clear them out. Let's go to the NAM next, 18Z NAM, and look at this, the clouds as well. So this is the clouds for tomorrow. And you can see, again, definitely showing a little more sunshine. I know the Weather Service is calling for mostly cloudy conditions, but I think we'll probably go partly sunny, especially in the afternoon. And then more clouds. So the evening as that marine layer rolls in. And then Thursday, the NAM kind of has the clouds kind of hugging the coast again. And then inland, less clouds. So we're going to see that temperature gradient again between the cooler at the coast and much warmer to much hotter inland, according to this model at least. Let's look at the precipitation on this as well. So we'll show you. So tomorrow it does develop, and again it does develop some scattered, a very widely scattered shower. And then for Thursday, you'll see that the temperature, we'll have another chance, perhaps that front that comes on through. You can see that there's a wave, and then behind that we have another kind of backdoor front, kind of reinforcing itself, but it'll stall to the west. Let's look at the RGEM for the skies. That'll be the last thing we'll do here. Obviously, RGEM is showing mostly sunny conditions for at least the afternoon tomorrow, perhaps. Though I think there'll probably be some scattered jet junk around, considering that we'll have some upper. This doesn't do soundings. No, this doesn't. And then for Thursday, you see what happens here. We had to start off with the clouds. They kind of burn off, and then we have sunshine by the afternoon. And then for Friday, it's showing, again, a partly sunny sky. And, a mix of high clouds, unless it won't be clear at any time. We'll have the jet junk around. But the good news is at least we shouldn't be dealing with, I think maybe we'll have better air quality. I want to go back to I think we were looking at the HRRR smoke model, I think. I don't know if I did do this in the last one, but I want to go ahead and look at this for a moment here. And we're going to go back to an old run from, let's go to an old run here. And look at the vertically integrated smoke, because we did have hazy conditions yesterday and there was some smoke in the air, but I'm thinking that we'll have improving, because the air definitely seemed a little better today. We'll have improving conditions, and you can see, we did definitely have some smoke. That was yesterday, and then today it looks like, let's see what happens as we get into May. It does get pushed off to the south, so we should have less in the way of smoke, which is good. So it is showing less of the smoke, because the air quality yesterday was pretty bad. I could look at the Earth and Old School. We can also take a look at some pollutants as well, because it wasn't just that fact that it was hot and humid. The air quality was so hazy and, just yucky and just horrible. So let's go to air particles. We could do this. We could do that. Yeah, we can look at that. And I could back it up to, let's go back a day. We go back a day. Where's the day? It only goes by -8 hours. Okay. This kind of sucks, but okay. We'll back this up to yesterday. All right, actually, that's a little too far. Back this up to yesterday. All right, so the particles, you can see there's some, but actually I want to go to chemicals and look at carbon monoxide. Oh, yeah. A lot of bad air quality yesterday. So hopefully we'll at least have better air quality with this warmer weather, so you can get outside and enjoy it, because it was miserable yesterday, and today it was kind of dreary, to say the least. and you might want to enjoy the sun because the weekend looks pretty sucky right now, for sure. Let's just go lastly to the radar and see what's going on here with these showers and thunderstorms. It looks like they are starting to move in. It looks like another one did develop over the city, so it looks like we're going to have some heavy rain coming into Long Island, perhaps. And we've got a couple of hours to go here for the month of April, so for them to record some rainfall here from these showers and thunderstorms, and I think that we will see a good potential for at least another quarter of an inch of rain with these, and it's going to be heavy. So let's just go here and there. There could be lightning with these too, so we'll go to this and see. Not showing any lightning. Probably not going to get. You might get a clap of thunder or two, but probably nothing severe. But it will rain tonight, so if you're still out, get ready. There's going to be some heavy rain out there. Most parts. So here you go. Here's the cell over the city right now. So this is now moving over western Queens, and then we have this other one here with a little bit of purple. So that could hit the North Shore. Looks like maybe Oyster Bay into the North Shore of Suffolk. Is going to get some more rain before the month is over. So April maybe a little bit drier than normal, but it won't be by that much. And we're going to talk about the month in April in review tomorrow night. So have a good night.